Hey everybody, it's your favorite fat man again. Coming back at you with the first ever gaming news episode on my gaming show. Let's get to it. So, before we get started, just want to give a quick shout out to KY on Patreon, aka KY Lay on Facebook, for being a patron on Patreon. So, with that being said, it's Adventure Link, and today we're probably going to discuss the PlayStation Classic probably one last time that I'll ever personally discuss on my YouTube channels. So we all know what the PlayStation Classic is by now. Yeah, it's another little boring armboard, yawn, with 20 games on it that basically most people didn't really want anyway. And, it's like, say, almost less than half the size of the original PlayStation. And by original PlayStation, I mean, the kind of PlayStation that, sat in between, the first Japanese models, the ones with the composite output jacks on the back and the RF on the back, Sony's weird way of doing RF. And in between, that and when the DualShock came out, yeah, that original PlayStation. So pretty much got to say that, unfortunately, it's a flop. Yeah, it's a flop. Stick a fork in it, it's done. So, how was it a flop, you ask? Well, that's a very good question, For starters, you had a little box that cost $100. It was yet another little ARM-based CPU board. Yawn. Didn't have a USB adapter with it, but it did have a USB cord with it. It had 20 games on it. Almost half of them was PAL releases. Big disappointments everywhere within the list of games, and quite frankly, I tried to be as objective as I could about the PlayStation Classic and their choices with it, but unfortunately, I'm just going to come out and say and agree with everyone else that overall it sucked. I mean, if you didn't have, the little arm board that you could basically get for peanuts now, half the games are PAL, and because of that, certain games like Tekken 3 in them, run like I want to say it's like 17% slower, 17.5% because it's PAL. Yeah. And here's the worst part. This thing started off at $100. Well, it's pretty much dropped down now in price to where it's like $75 most everywhere else, and there's even incentives like on Amazon. Get a PlayStation Classic, get a free $25 gift card from Amazon. It's flopped that bad. Will this go down any farther? Possibly. First, I'd have to agree with Mad Little Pixel or whoever it was I watched earlier and say that, $50, would probably be the sweet spot. So, props to you. And I would agree with $50 being, the sweet spot. And then, comes the little PlayStation hacking scene, PlayStation Classic hacking scene, they've made some really good progress with it. And just as a heads up, I've pretty much, watched like channels like, Review Tech USA, Mad Little Pixel, RDT85, and all of them. Well, they pretty much all said use an LOL hack. I heard from another show that there was another kind of PlayStation Classic hack that was known to brick it. Yeah, stay away from that one, and I'd personally go with the LOL hack if I had one and hacked it up. So I want to get that out of the way right now. Use LOL hack or something based off of it, nothing else. That being said, am I going to get one? Probably not. And here's why. There is a hacking scene going on, and, you can put all the games on there, but, hey, Link, you can do that to the NES and SNES Classic with little modules. Good question and fair point. And that is a pretty cool feature and could be accomplished pretty easily on a PlayStation Classic, instead of loading games from a USB drive, tell the PlayStation Classic, and anyone that's making LOL hack, if you're watching this video, try to fix it to where, you can have like external CD-ROM support, CD, DVD-ROM or something. That way you can actually use the PlayStation discs on your PlayStation Classic. Kind of like how there's that little module for the NES and or SNES Classic I believe ETA Prime went over that in one of his shows. If I dig it up, if I feel like digging it up, it'll be up in the iCards and or in the video description. If I get around to actually putting it up there and not be lazy. But in any case, I forget if you either got to hack it up or not in order to use the module, but that's there. So, you could use that, and also, you can hack those other systems up too to put all the NES or SNES games on it respectively, and then add on to the storage with USB drives just like you can with the PlayStation Classic. But let's put it like this. There's something that Nintendo does with their Classic editions that, makes it a good product. Hacking it up and, putting little modules on it to play real cards is pretty much just a bonus points, bonus feature. The NES and SNES Classic, are great units by themselves at face value. Yet in the PlayStation realm, stinkers. Funny I mentioned stinkers on a side note because they got Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, and there's a button to make them fart. I'm not kidding. There really is such a button that does that, but in any case, the hacking, is pretty cool and all that. You can put all the PlayStation games on there. But really, to hack the console, just to actually make it run right, run the way it should, that's pretty much unacceptable. Because if you're going to buy a PlayStation Classic to hack it up, you're just pretty much telling Sony, we support half-ass products from Sony. Let's leave it to the hacker guys to make everything better and finish the job for you. That's pretty much all you're encouraging by buying a PlayStation Classic, if nothing else, just to hack it up or whatever. That's pretty much all you're going to do, and then Sony would be like, hey, we can, make a DualShock PlayStation Classic or make a PS2 Classic, half-assed like we did with the first PlayStation Classic, leave it up to the hackers. No. It has to be done right the first time and be a good product. And on a side note, like I said before, if you would have used like a PSTV or PS Vita without the screen, and just, repackage it like the original PlayStation, it would have cost a little more. I mean, I know I want things cost a little more, but, sometimes you could put a little bit more cost and ARM in there. And no, not the processor. We got plenty of those already. But yeah, put a little bit of cash into it. You could have had a really great product, Like take a PS TV or PS Vita or something, sell it for like $100, $150. Put 20 games on there, and then what's on the PlayStation Store, you're free to download that onto your PS TV or PS Vita. You really would have hit a home run with that. Seriously. But nope, everyone got to go cheap as possible, and, well, stuff like the PlayStation Classic happens. Additionally, welcome to gaming that's not Nintendo, where the software development's pretty much all contracted out. So it's like, oh, we're going to make this PlayStation. We're going to make the SDK, but, oh, we're not going to make any games. You guys out there are your third parties. You make the games for us. Now, if we, take a few YouTubers and myself, build a time machine, take it back, say, 25, 26 years, tell Sony, get some actual programming experience in, make some good games for your PlayStation, make them memorable, say, like, on the levels of stacking up, like, say, Medieval, Symphony of the Night, Crash Trilogy and Racing, Spyro Trilogy, and you would have been like Nintendo, and right now, you've been hitting home runs everywhere, rather than having YouTubers everywhere, myself included, go, don't buy this product, don't buy it. And or, like I said, repackage the Vita and or the PSTV, make it look like a PlayStation, make it cost a little more, but you still would have had, and you would still have people hacking it up all the same to play their own backups on it, but hey, you still would have had a home run. But I guess expense and common sense nowadays is thrown out the window. So, in short, don't buy this product. I know I'm not. Because if you're just going to hack it up, heck, you can even get a Super Nintendo Classic, hack that up, and like I said before, people, put RetroArch and other things on them to make N64 and PlayStation run. At times it can be a little choppy or dodgy, but it still works. Yeah. The next best PlayStation Classic comes from Nintendo. Nintendo does what Sony don't. Of course, either way, it's got to be hacked, but still. Oh well. So, and then additionally, even Lady Game Reviews, aka Clint B, he even made his own LGR station. And for the parts that he bought, I'm not sure where he got them from, but pretty much for the cost of the parts to make the Raspberry Pi in the case and put it together, you could have pretty much bought a Super Nintendo Classic and just hacked that up instead. His price and the Super Nintendo Classic, pretty much stacks up. So, yeah. Insert your favorite single board computer or stick computer here, or a mid to low end gaming computer, your phone, whatever. You pretty much got the best version of PlayStation Classic out there. You're holding the phone in your hands, guess what? Put some PlayStation games on there and experience a classic PlayStation on your phone. That's it. So, that's pretty much my final thoughts on this PlayStation Classic, my hope. Unless they want to make another epic failure and I gotta announce it. So, that being said, I'm Adventure Link. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my little rant and ideas. Special thanks goes out to KY on Patreon, aka KYLA on Facebook, for being my patron. Speaking of patrons, check out the medical bill donations. We got Patreon, Subscribestar, Facebook, GoFundMe, and PayPal.me. Please consider donating. Even $1 a month helps. Other than that, any other amount helps out. And as Games in the Grave would say, it helps keep this channel and myself alive and undead. Social media, that's down in the video description as well. Any videos that I've referenced today, I'll try to put them in the video description. I'm not making guarantees, but I will try. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and hopefully if you never want to miss another video from me again, you gotta ring that bell! And I'm going to sign off with the wise words of wisdom from Eric the Car Guy. Be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. And as Eric O would say, if I can do it, you can too. Take care. See you all in the next video. Have a good day, evening, whatever time of the day this is for you. And until next we meet, game on. Hopefully without a PlayStation Classic in your possession.